And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
Oh, the Parlay Pounder.
You got it.
Hey, we still got to get to a parlay here. Are you going to give us one here?
I might be able to scrounge something up for you.
Maybe save it for the last one here.
Yeah.
And we're also joined by a friend of the program, return guest, Mr. Matt Plotchick. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Let's get this baseball game going.
Let's do it. And we're going to talk futures. We're going to talk divisions. We're talking National League. So let's start with the East, maybe work our way across the nation, kind of like that. All right, so we got the Braves out in front at plus 100. Mets right behind them at plus 170. Really like the Mets. A lot of people do. Philadelphia Phillies, they're just in the World Series. They're third there at plus 380. Marlins, Nationals bring up the rear. They're way behind. We don't need to waste too much time talking about those guys.
Yeah, Andy, and I'll just start off with the Braves. The Braves are poised to be a World Series contender for a long time with so much of their core signed to long-term deals right now.
Yeah.
So the Atlanta boasts the rotation and bullpen necessary to dominate in October. Its roster has plenty of World Series experience.
Yes, they do.
Just should we see an MVP version of Ronald Acuna Jr. this season, they're going to be one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Major League Baseball. So throw in Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Michael Harris Jr., this is going to be one of the best teams in baseball, and they deserve that top spot there with the odds. So if I had to bet right now, bet on the Braves.
100% agree. But my reasons are a little bit different.
There you go.
You name some studs on the bats, and I would put Acuna as a definite MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Just calling it right now.
Clear cut.
But if you see my wonderful facial for Spencer Strider, look out.
Okay.
He came on the scene last year, and he's poised for another great repeat performance from last year. So Spencer Strider, put him down.
Yeah, my first pitcher taken in our fantasy draft because he looks like he's poised to just be that ace for the Atlanta Braves. So I really like him coming in and say that. The one thing with the Mets I would say is that Edwin Diaz, their all-time reliever, got hurt in the World Baseball Classic, which really opens up the back end of games for the Mets. And then with the Phillies, Bryce Harper's returned. It concerns, with the rotation depth with the Phillies is the main points for those two. So
yeah, I mean, that's why they're plus 380.
Exactly.
And looking at the third
but we're not
place
saying
spot
they
there.
can't do it.
Right.
Can't say that. We're just saying why the line is where it is, and the Braves are the best choice for sure.
Yeah, and they're out in front, but it's if you like a heavy favorite, like you two guys are kind of framing that up.
Yeah.
You still got plus money on it too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I think if you're talking futures, that might be one of the better bets out there when we look at really the entire league. Here.
I agree.
The National League East, go with the Braves, and I mean, you didn't say much about them, but I don't think you can fade the Mets too much here either.
No, you can't. You can't.
I mean, Pete Alonso's looking good again.
They're loaded as well. They went out and spent a lot of money on a whole bunch of guys.
I like that.
But I really think that closer position is something that they're going to have to nip in the bud real quick because it was their strongest piece last year.
But
Right.
You can build that in the offseason, can't you, Matt? I mean, you can get a pitcher here and there, can't you?
You can. It kind of depends on the whole free agent market, what have you.
Yeah.
I am a little skeptical on the Mets because of injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm a little shaky. Edwin Diaz, no narco this year, unfortunately. Sorry, I was a fan.
For sure.
I don't know if they're going to have enough health to maintain a race with the Braves. Same thing goes with the Phillies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen that with the Phillies. They get banged up.
Yep. Now, I do want to talk quick. Don't sleep on Miami.
There you go.
Really?
Don't sleep on Miami because they have a lot of youth. Their rotation is young. It's wild, but they've got some arms, and they have some bats. One of the more exciting players in Major League Baseball, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Pencil it in. His season was cut short last year because of injury. He is going to bounce back. He's having a good season.
Well, you need to go right across the river, get into Iowa, and put a $1 bet on the Miami Marlins. Now, with that $1 bet, in 5 months, guess how much I'll cash you?
Probably looking at about $250, would be my guess.
400.
400.
They are
Heck
plus
yeah.
4,000 right now. So, hey, you want a flyer? I don't know if you can get much
better.
better.
Plus, they just acquired the Twins batting champion, Luis Ariz, as well. So they got an everyday guy that gets on base. So
All right.
Don't sleep on the Marlins.
All right, let's take a quick look here at the National League West.
Yeah.
Dodgers way out in front, minus 125. Padres at a plus 110 in the 2-hole. Giants it really falls off after that. Giants plus 1,100. Then the D-backs and Rockies, they bring up the rear.
You know, I'm one of those things. I'm feeling the Dodgers are slipping a little bit.
Really?
Because
they redid the roster here. They made some moves.
But here's the thing I'm realizing is, they have some elite talent. Dustin May. Mm-hmm. He, Tommy John surgery a couple years ago, had a shortened season last year. He's going to have a nice little season, I feel like. But they're always hanging their head on old Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah. He's not going to stay a young chicken forever. So eventually, there's got to be a passing of the guard. And that's where I think San Diego steps in with their elite talent. And I think they overtake the Dodgers for the championship in the West.
Where you at, Jabron?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. While Steve Cohen with the Mets got all the attention as the GM of the century this offseason, the San Diego Padres are a perfect example of a mid-market team that can go far with ownership willing to spend money. Yeah. Not only did Yu Darvish and Manny Machado receive contract extensions, the organization also went out and added Xander Bogaerts, like we talked about before, to a win now core with Juan Soto already. Yeah. So, no, I think the San Diego Padres are absolutely ready to win, and they're going to overtake the Dodgers. The one thing with the Dodgers, a down season by the Dodgers still can be excused if it allows them to land Shohei Ohtani this next coming year. So, I really like the Padres right here.
I mean, you're looking at the Dodgers. They'll have a down season. That's going to be like 89 wins.
Yeah, for sure.
That's unbelievable.
No doubt about it.
Season. But that's where they're at right now. They still got Mookie Betts. I mean, there's no Bellinger and Turner and the other Turner. Those guys are gone. But, the Dodgers are going to be just fine. But I have to agree with you guys.
Yeah, you have to.
I like the Padres, and I really like on a futures bet. Don't give me that minus 125. Give me the plus 110.
For sure.
On a team that I kind of like anyway, and I like Soto and Machado. I like it all. All right, so we wrap it up with the National League Central.
Let's do it. Everybody wants to hear about this one.
All righty. The Cardinals are out in front, minus 130, way out in front. Brewers, not too far behind, I guess, at plus 170. Cubs, plus 600. Then it really falls off with the Pirates and the Reds bringing up the rear. A lot of people kind of like the Cubs there at the plus 600. I'm hearing a lot of talk, though, about the Brewers.
This division, you guys, it's a train wreck.
It is.
I'm just going to call what it is. I mean, you have St. Louis. It's been perennially
just
leader.
The best team.
Just the best team across the board.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, great ballpark, been there, super talent, but I don't feel confident. They have a great 1-2-3 pitching rotation.
Yep.
But the offense is not backing up.
You're more of a Nebraska Brewing guy. You don't like that Miller stuff. That's where you're at.
Heck no. No, I agree with just what he said. I do believe that the winner of this, the Central here, won't have 90 wins. I think it's going to be a 88, 89 win team that wins this, and I do believe it's going to be the Milwaukee Brewers, Andy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just had a bad year last year, Andy, and that happens for some teams that come off some injuries and stuff like that. Yelich hasn't been as good as he's been in years prior. I think he kind of takes a step back in the right direction. Right now, I'm looking at some 3 dark horse teams that I really like to win the World Series, and the Milwaukee Brewers are right there at plus 3,500.
35. Wow.
Plus 3,500.
Wow.
I just think that's one of the better, mid-tier teams that I think can take a step in the right direction.
That could do it.
It
wouldn't surprise you. And when things start happening or not happening, and I think that's what kind of fell upon the Brewers last year. They ran into some injuries at some bad times. Some arms got tired, and bats went cold when they couldn't go cold with divisional games. And the Cardinals just got out, and Cardinals did what they always do.
Yeah, no, they're just a very, very good baseball team.
Yep.
Like I said, it's going to win 85 to 90 games this year, which is no different. They're going to do that. Mm-hmm. It's just, can the Brewers get on top of them and really have that starting rotation do what they need to do and have bounce-back years for Christian Yelich and Jesse Winker, and just really have a sound season.
Yeah.
That's
Matt,
what needs to happen for the Brewers.
I agree with you, and Matt, I take it this way. I think the Cardinals are vulnerable because their starting pitching staff, what is their average age? Like 45?
It's pretty dang close. I mean, Wainwright's coming in at a 41.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Cardinals...
And Yachty's gone.
Yep, Yachty's gone, and Albert Pujols is gone.
Yep.
Well,
I mean,
you're losing some leadership
there's the king right there. He's
Yep.
gone, too. So that veteran leadership, they're going to need someone to step up.
No, I agree. I agree with you 100%. The Cubs spent some money this offseason, but I don't really think it really helped them as much as a lot of people are saying it did. I mean, you got to give the Cubs their due, I guess, but I think this is a two-headed monster race in the Central with the Brewers and the Cardinals, with it being, tit for tat right there. I don't know who's going to come but I'm taking the better odds with the Milwaukee Brewers.
If I'm just picking who I think's going to win the division, I'm saying Cardinals.
Yeah.
But if I'm betting it, the value is too good for me on the Brewers, so I would bet the Brewers at the plus 170, minus 130 Cardinals. Why would you tie up five months of your money on a minus futures bet like that? You got to go Brewers if you're putting something down.
I agree.
All righty. Well, let's take a quick minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Nebraska Brewing Company. We've all been enjoying the smooth, thirst-quenching Ale Storm, the official beer of Omaha's AAA baseball team. That's a Royals affiliate there, Matt, your boys.
Bet.
Specifically crafted, offering a flavorful balance between Pilsner malt and Sterling hops, making it the perfect summer baseball beer. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.